Davis is a vibrant college town in California's Central Valley, best known for the University of California at Davis, and its status as the best small community for bicycling. It has also been cursed with 3 official Environmental Protection Agency Superfund sites. These 3 sites pose varying degrees of danger to the well-being of the residents of Davis. If not properly addressed, they could contaminate the drinking water supply and lead to adverse health effects for the residents. This is not a foregone conclusion, though, and with care, their effects may still be mitigated and minimized. The first of the 3 is located outside of town and is known as the Davis Transmitter Site. It was built many years ago as a radio transmitter for McClellan Air Force Base that could survive if the base itself was destroyed by a nuclear attack. In addition to the transmitting equipment, the site also had a small barracks for personnel that included a septic system. Although it has long since been decommissioned, the septic system remains and began leaking in the intervening years. Because of EPA rules concerning military installations, the leaking septic system, which may affect groundwater quality, is enough to earn it a designation as a Superfund site. Fortunately, the danger is currently very minimal, and the EPA is taking a wait-and-see attitude towards the pollutants. The second site is known as the Palau Drum Site. During the 1950s and through the 1970s, UC Davis collaborated with the Department of Energy at the Laboratory for Energy-Related Health Research outside of campus. This lab studied the effects of radiation on living tissue at a time when nuclear waste was not considered as much of a concern as it is today. As a result, low-level radioactive material was buried on the site. This includes hundreds of radioactive beagles that had died during the experiments. Many of the most harmful pollutants, including the dogs, were removed in the 90s. Minor levels of radiation are still present in the upper levels of groundwater surrounding the site, but are now considered within acceptable ranges and do not pose much danger to the community. The third and most dangerous site is located on the east side of Davis and is called the Frontier Fertilizer Site. 2 separate fertilizer companies operated here between 1972 and 1987. Both companies sold industrial quantities of pesticides and herbicides in drums and other large containers. When these containers were returned, they would be rinsed out in a large disposal basin in the ground. The rinsed out chemicals were then allowed to seep into the surrounding earth, which created a plume of pollutants in the soil and groundwater underneath the site. The EPA has installed 19 extraction and monitoring wells around the site to stop the spread of the plume, with mixed results. Because of increased groundwater use in the summer by farms in the area, the plume is still migrating downwards, closer to the lowest aquifers where we get our drinking water. No clear solution has been found yet, although the EPA continues to try to contain the pollution.